East Chicago, if you want to know the first day of spring, it's official when you see us starting to pick up all the remnants of winter. Right now, we've been blessed today. God is shining down on us. Here we are in the middle of March. Well, a little past 3/4 through March, and we got about 65 to 70 degree weather. You couldn't pick a better day for us to remove up what winter have brought us. We tell you to be patient because as the snow came down, it buried under trash and stuff, and as it melt, these things will be revealed that was what was hidden in winter. You give our crew the chance to clean this city up because we will be bringing back up our team up to clean up. So East Chicago, be patient, but we ask you to work with us. We ask the businesses to go out in front of your place and clean. We ask you as the residents to clean, help us keep the alleys clean, because technically in the alley, we only responsible for the runway. Between your garage and the runway in the alley, that's the citizens. But when we work together, we can achieve one thing. This city can be a clean city, because the first impression people get when they come into a city, they look and see how clean it is. So East Chicago, on bended knee, I ask you to continue to team up and clean up our city. As you can see, East Chicago, as he panned throughout this field right here, you can see how much debris that's hidden behind the snow. Again, we ask you to be patient. We're going to send extra crews out to pick this stuff up before the wind take it and carry it into the neighborhoods. But again, we ask you to please be patient and help us. East Chicago, we're here on the Magoon project. As I told you from the beginning, our job is to try to restore our infrastructure. We have invested millions upon millions into restoring. We are not just going to remove 1.5 inches of asphalt, pave back over there and give you the illusion that everything is fine underneath. We go down on every one of our street projects. We go down, we remove all of the existing sewer pipes. We disconnect any of the storm water to our sewer lines to create a system where it will stop the flooding inside our containment dike at the sanitary district. We're going down there, we're replacing the sewer lines. You can see right there the storm water lines. We replace the water lines in Chicago. This is your dollars at work in Chicago. We will not have to come back on this Magoon project for another 50 years. As you can see, technology has changed. They have moved away from your traditional cast iron type steel pipe that rust over time. Now they have 3/4 inch to 1 inch thick PVC piping. That's what you see here. Now you see the sewer lines are made. They're not brick lined. They're not brick lined anymore. They're a solid continual cast of cement. When you interlock these, you don't look at a rust problem. You don't look at the infiltration of the roots getting in between of how they got the lip and when you join them together. These pipes right here are glued together, and once they bind to each other, you cannot separate them. So, and the smooth flow, you don't have any joints where now material will collect on the steel cast iron fitting, and then they start clogging up like arteries do before a heart attack comes. In Chicago, we've been blessed to make these major infrastructure improvements, but a lot of times it's not the fanfare, it's not the glory. Why? Because it's underground. Most of the time, this is the quiet stuff that needs to go on, and a lot of times people want to use smoke and mirrors and illusion to fool people and just keep doing the surfacing stuff. But on my watch in Chicago, I have pledged that we are going to restore this city to where our children can now enjoy what? how we have invested the tax dollars that's meant so the future can live better. So East Chicago, I am proud of what we're doing here, but all I ask for is your patience. I have to have your patience, please, East Chicago. And in this time of inconvenience, it may be a few months, but as we replace the sidewalks, as we replace all of the underground infrastructure, and when we put it all back together, East Chicago, you're gonna have years and years and years of maintenance-free hassle. We're getting rid of the flooding problem over here in this second district. So East Chicago, again, be patient. When we get through, anything we tear up, all in the easement, you're gonna get new grass, you're gonna get new trees. So again, I just beg you, please, be patient, and I guarantee you that you will be pleased with the end result. In Chicago, we're here in the Roxana neighborhood. 50, 60, 70 years, Roxana have been inundated with flooding, a horrendous flooding problem here. I assessed the situation, I tackled it. We set aside between here and the Alder Street project roughly around $13.5 million to fix the problem. We did not throw pebbles at the problem and think it would go away. We did not come over here and just want to resurface streets. We went down and we looked at the infrastructure, the sewer system. A lot of it was inadequate sized sewer pipes. We're fixing those. Traditionally, they may have had a 6-inch. Now it may call for a 12-inch. We are remedying that. We're putting in more drainage systems so we can capture the water when it floods in this area. But more than that, we are attacking all of the aging sewer lines underneath. Wherever we can salvage the pipe with relining is a process where they pull a sleeve through, it hardens, and it gives you practically a new pipe that has a life between 50 to 75 years. So we're assessing that problem. And where we can't reline, then we're tearing it out and we're putting in new infrastructure. So it's a combination of both that's cost effective. But again, all of the flooding in Roxana will be a distant memory because we're tackling the problem the way it should. We're at the heart of the problem, and it's what's underneath. We're not just doing an 1.5 inches of resurfacing on the asphalt, come put some stripes, paint the curb, and you think it's fixed. No, we're down underneath in the belly of the beast, and we're fixing it.
Nordy Fitzgerald National Power Riding out of Chicago, Illinois. Today we're doing a UV liner for the city of East Chicago, which this is the light train right here on the ground that we're going to be working with. It takes up to 9 hours from the time we clean the line and install the liner.
But East Chicago, again, these are your tax dollars at work. When we get through, Roxana will never again experience a flooding problem on the magnitude that they had before. We've put new generators in over this area. We have restored all of the pumping stations to the efficiency level that they should be at. We got sensors that now will tell us when we have a problem with a pump that would alert us ahead of time so we can send somebody out to manually flip the switch. We're not back there in the dark caveman days when you didn't have alert sensors and when it looked like it was raining, somebody had to run over to the pump station and try to trip a pump. We're past that. We're past that, Roxana neighborhood. We're trying to give you a permanent fix that will last generations forward. So I guess they call that paying it forward. We letting your tax dollars pay it forward so your children can enjoy what we have enjoyed all of our lives here in the East Chicago.